Now it's time to wake up. Kincaid and Salchunas is on the air. Broadcasting live on the Fanatic app and YouTube channel. Here are your hosts, John Kincaid and Andrew Salchunas. 97.5 The Fanatic, Philadelphia.
Well, the best thing I can say this morning is Happy Friday, everybody. Good morning, John Kincaid.
Well, you started with it today. Yesterday, you didn't even offer it.
No.
So that was good.
Yeah, so we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, at least you're a little more cordial this morning.
Yeah.
You're feeling a little more cordial.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Flyers lose last night, 4-1. Canes take a 1-0 lead in the first period. Flyers tied Zegers after John Kincaid buys the new Zegers jersey.
There you go.
The lucky jersey. Zegers ties it, and then it unraveled.
My first jersey of all time.
All time?
Never have bought a jersey ever, which my wife pointed out to me yesterday. You've never had a jersey. I've never done the.
Somebody's got money.
I've never done the jersey.
You always went jersey. That's impressive.
No,
dude.
I don't tend to buy a lot of jerseys either, but I tend to ask for them if it's like a gift.
Yeah,
if I'm going to
congrats on
get
your
one.
success, man.
So I bought the jersey, and I hope Trevor got some help out of it. I had a conversation, and I sort of heard it's safe to buy it because that Trevor's going to be around. So I was like, okay. I'll buy it now. I'll invest in it.
It was a nice goal yesterday, but then it unraveled. Flyers lose 4-1.
That's a
to
good
the
word
Hurricanes.
for it.
Got ugly in the third period, especially late.
They came unglued.
It was.
You used unraveled.
Yeah, unglued, unraveled.
Unglued. Any of the unwords would. They came unglued. They came unraveled. The referees weren't great, but if you think the referees cost them to lose that game, you're nuts. You are certifiably nuts, because putting the Flyers on the power play doesn't mean jack.
Yeah.
Don't blame the officials. Don't blame anything but the Flyers for the loss. The Flyers lost the game. The Flyers were outclassed in the game.
Yeah, third period looked like a young team that's feeling like their season's almost over.
And they were underwater in that third period.
Yeah, it's sad, right? Because we're so proud of the team, right?
Very proud.
Very proud of this Flyers team getting to the playoffs.
Extremely proud.
3.8% chance after the Olympic break. A lot of things had to go their way, but they also had to handle their own business, and they won big game after big game after big game. And then they beat the Penguins, right?
Which was awesome.
They get to the playoffs, and our first takeaway was, wow, it's the first time in 6 years. First time in 8 years you'll see them on home ice. We said Flyers in 6, but we were going into the series just happy that they were there, right?
I thought they were going to beat the Penguins.
Yeah.
I really did.
And they did.
And remember, before the Carolina series, I refused to say the Flyers were going to win the series.
Yeah, this was going to be a tough series.
I did not believe the Flyers were going to beat Carolina.
Carolina's now 7-0 in the playoffs.
They're an awesome team.
They swept Ottawa, and they're on the verge of sweeping the Philadelphia Flyers. They're one win away. So it's one of these days where, was I happy with the way they played last night? No, I was miserable watching that game. But am I going to come in here piss and vinegar?
No.
I really can't. You know what I mean? If the Sixers lose tonight,
you can be a little.
I could be a little piss and vinegar.
No, you can be.
But because they're in totally different places of their franchises right now. You're excited for the future of the Philadelphia Flyers, and you knew that it was going to be a really tough matchup in this series against Carolina. And game 1 sucked, game 3 sucked. They played really well in game 2. You're hoping for a good showing tomorrow night, 6:00 puck drop. That's really it. You've reached moral victory time with the Flyers.
I absolutely have no moral victory. Look, if you're talking about moral victory of the complete season, I am all in with Andrew Salchunas. Anything about this series, this has been I'll put it this way, it's been a moral defeat.
It's been painful to watch.
I'm going to look at it this way. As I'm driving in this morning, I'm saying to myself, what was this playoff run? Because I do believe it has that feel that it's over. Is that I think the Flyers got a window into the future of seeing how far they have to go.
Yes.
And I think that's incredibly valuable for Danny Briere and Keith Jones to know what has to be done. And I think it's a year ahead of schedule for them to be able to have seen this.
Yeah.
So I think that's awesome. But I'm glad the way you put it is right. It's a moral victory of the whole season is a moral victory. But this series has been a huge, it's a disappointment. Last night they came unglued. And that I got to tell you, last night sort of disappointed me. The way they came unglued last night disappointed me.
Yeah, I mean, again,
and they did.
I think they sensed that things are going the way they're going.
They felt desperate last night, and it was coming apart. And
look, I think one of the big things that you just said, look, the Flyers now have an idea of what they still need to do. I know there's going to be the Austin Matthews talk that's out there,
which is
pretty much the entire offseason.
I was convinced yesterday with someone that I trust very, very much that we should not be wasting a ton of time on that talk.
Sure.
Don't waste a lot of time on Austin Matthews talk with the Flyers. That would not be the kind of investment that they're going to make. That's not what they'd be looking to do.
All right.
That's what I feel convinced of that after a conversation.
But it'll still be what do they do this offseason?
And there will be.
Other proven veterans. Because one of the things that we talked about after game 1, so we're going back to, Monday morning, they played Saturday.
Sure.
Was that they're missing a goal scorer. Like a guy that you're like, you say 2.
I say 2, but they're missing, how about this? They're missing, I believe, 2 centers.
Sure.
Now, one of them is going to come internally, hopefully, and then they're missing one externally. And that's what they have to go get.
Yeah.
They got to go get one. Got to go find one. And they're out there. You can go find one.
And then you're hoping that Martone is that one of those big goal scorers for you. He's only 19, right?
Martone is
like I get it. Like we had so much fun when he first came up because he literally had a point in 9 straight games, 10 points in 9 games. It was a ridiculous run that he went on. He's 19. Like that wasn't going to carry over throughout every playoff game and into every series. And I'm very proud of what he's been able to accomplish for this team.
He was the best player on the ice for the first 2 periods last night.
Yeah. But
he was the best. He was their best player on the ice for 2 periods last night. Amazing. He created so many scoring chances. And he was getting tons of ice time. He was getting tons of opportunity. That's beautiful. This is all stuff that's going to help him down the line. It's going to help these guys. Alex Bump, are you kidding me? Like, are you crazy? Like, I'm watching him. I didn't know what to make of him. He's been fine. I mean, I'm seeing him in big opportunities. Just create opportunities. Denver Barkey, who might be the toughest pound for pound guy as far as never shying away from contact, things like that. They found out stuff about their young players in this playoff run that is going to be very valuable for them as they look forward. And they also, I think, found stuff out about guys, too, that maybe when might be time to say, maybe we start to move on for some other guys. And that's the way it goes when you're doing one of these, like, rebuilds. But I was assured yesterday that shortcuts aren't going to be the play of the day, despite this offseason, being a celebration of what they did. It's not going to be a shortcut offseason. So the Austin Matthews thing was intriguing me going, would they ever do it? I don't believe that's going to happen.
Sure. Mopa on our YouTube chat, not unglued, not unraveled, just not good enough. He says, don't make excuses. We're not making excuses.
No, they came unglued. They absolutely, Mopar, with all due respect, they came completely unglued.
Now,
they played out. They were running around, which is a hockey team that doesn't know where they belong on the ice, that starts to panic. So they don't know positionally. Their positional game broke down last night. That is a team that came unglued. They were panicking.
He's not wrong saying not good enough. Like the Canes, Canes are the better team.
The Canes are the better team, and we knew that going in.
It unraveled in that third period.
It did. They completely unraveled. And more importantly, the undisciplined penalties. And yes, the officials sucked. They were terrible, but they were also terrible Carolina's way too.
Yeah,
they were bad. And power plays don't help the Flyers, so there's nothing that was.
No,
that's a disappointing.
How long has that
Ted.
been going on for? By the way, that's not just a Tocchet thing.
Well, it's a thing that John Tortorella never fixed.
Yeah,
and Rick Tocchet in his first year, he's accomplished a lot. He's got to this thing has to get so much better.
Man. Come on,
so bad. It's so bad. The 5-on-3 last night was so bad. I'm screaming at the TV, and my wife is like, "They can't hear you. They can't hear you." She's like, John, they can't hear you. I've never seen a worse 5-on-3 in my life, and I can't believe that professional hockey players can't execute it better than that. It was terrible.
Yeah, rough night last night.
It was rough.
Night. Flyers now down 3-0 in the series. They look to avoid being swept by Carolina. Game 4 will be tomorrow at 6 o'clock. But we have Game 3, Sixers-Knicks tonight, Johnny. And again, two totally different spots in the franchises right now. Flyers are rebuilding. Sixers are retooling every year.
Again?
Yeah, they're retooling every single year.
Right.
So I'm really excited in like a evil, twisted way to have this conversation. It's kind of diabolical to be excited for this. It hit me yesterday, driving around a little bit.
Oh, you mean driving around on the golf course?
All over the place.
Because you were left.
Course.
You were left and right on the golf course. From what I heard,
that's nothing new for me.
Okay,
I'm used to it. I get my miles. So
get your steps in.
The Sixers Game 3 is tonight against New York, and Game 2 was a much better showing for the Sixers. Right, like it felt good, but still, I was very disappointed in Tyrese Maxey in the second half, and not a lot of people want to hear that. But the Sixers looked better in Game 2 than they did in Game 1. There's no question about that.
Not even a question.
Now, you can be the judge as to why they looked better in Game 2 than they looked in Game 1. Was it because they were a little bit more rested because they basically pulled the starters early on in the third quarter in Game 1 because they were getting beat up? Did they just have a better showing in Game 2? Or, for a lot of people out there, was it because just simply Joel Embiid did not play for the Sixers, and there are people that believe that Joel Embiid's game changes the way the Sixers play, which it does. Like, it does change the way they play. Some people say it's for the better.
And there are Knicks players, if you go and read the Knicks from postgame and even yesterday, that the Knicks believe that the Sixers are harder to defend without Embiid.
Sure, Jaylen Brown was saying the same thing.
They're harder to defend without Joel Embiid on the court. And all of them are clear to say, it's no disrespect to Joel Embiid
it's just a different
and his
style of
talents.
Basketball.
It's that Joel Embiid dominates their game plan.
Yep. Well, Jaylen Brown said the same thing, and they had a 3-1 series lead, and they lost. Peyton Pritchard basically said the same thing. They had a 3-1 series lead, and they lost. So here's our question for you today. Obviously, Flyers reaction, all show 610-632-0975. Are you a moral season victory guy? Are you upset? Like, I wonder if there's people like legitimately upset today, like angry at the Flyers, right? That they played the way they played. You can let us know on the Davis Honda text line, Feel the Davis Difference, by checking them out in Burlington. But here's our Sixers question, because we won't know until probably closer to game time. Do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? Do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight?
Now, that had to hurt you. And when I saw it on the show sheet, and we don't talk about the topics, so we talk them out.
Yeah.
When I saw it, I immediately wanted to talk to you about it. If I asked Andrew Salchunas the reverse, why would I not want him to play? And I asked you, why would I not want him to play?
Well,
would you have an answer for me? You, though, that you speaking just as you, Sixers fan Andrew Salchunas.
Well, I want him to play.
I understand,
but would you?
Clear. So you would not have an answer to this?
No, I could,
because I believe a lot of fans will.
I could think of answers. I could think that somebody's going to say they are better without him. There's one, which I don't think that's like literally true, but there's people that have that belief. But I also wonder, how much is there a back of your mind? Hey, he's not going to be here potentially next season, so let me see what this team can do without him. And I wonder how many people have that mindset. Now, that's a totally different conversation, but it's one of the answers.
I think that do you think that's a fair answer?
No, because it's still playoffs, and I want my best team on the court.
And that's where I would fall also.
Yeah.
Is that I know what people are saying, and I know what people are thinking, and I say to them, welcome to the party. It's been a while. I'm glad to see that there's, the water's fine. Come on in. But to me, it's that, we need to realize we'll worry about next year.
Yeah, they're better with Joel Embiid.
They're a better.
I feel comfortable saying that.
I think they are, even though the Knicks believe it's harder to play the Sixers without him, which to me tells me what I need to know for next year.
Sure, but I'll also imagine that it's easier for them to defend Andre Drummond and a Dembona, and that's who you're going to get. Like, there is, as we've known for a decade now, a fall off from Joel Embiid to whoever the backup center is. You name it. Name me the backup center of Joel Embiid past. And there's a fall off between him and that next player, which is why
there certainly is.
I think it would be crazy to say that you don't want Joel Embiid to play tonight because to me, the more talent, the better. And Joel Embiid is more talented. Now, there's another angle to this for somebody that might say they don't want Joel Embiid to play. And it could be somebody that's a diehard Joel Embiid fan. What Joel Embiid am I getting? Like, is 50% Joel Embiid beneficial to this team? Because I already saw how bad it was game 4 against Boston. When he came back, and again, credit to him, 17 days after the appendectomy.
Incredible.
He looked horrible in game 4 against Boston. Now, games 5, 6, and 7, totally different conversation. But he looked so bad in game 4 that I wonder in the back of your mind, are you going, look, he looks so bad because of his physical health. That's going to hurt the team. I'd rather go in with a healthier Andre Drummond and a Dem Bona, and maybe Dominic Barlow can recreate some of the magic that you saw in the fourth quarter in game 2, where the Sixers he actually played pretty good minutes for him. I wonder how many people feel that way. Like, I'd rather have the healthier team out there. Connor, I'm curious where you fall on this. I want the guy to play, and it has nothing to do with my love for Joel Embiid. It has nothing to do for storylines or anything. They're better with Joel Embiid on the court. I look at it very simply. It's playoffs. I need my best players. Part of the reason why I think you lost game 2 was because ultimately they just had better options for you down low. Karl Anthony Towns had a really, really good game. I don't know if he has as good of a game if Joel Embiid's out there, but I understand the health aspect of it too. What do you got, Connor?
Yeah, listen, I agree with you. I think anyone who's considering, I don't know if I want him to play tonight, is overthinking the situation. Now, there's some validity to that, the way they play, the style, but this is the playoffs. You're down 2-0 to a good team. You go down with your guys. And if he's available, he plays. Like, I want him available because he is a talented basketball player. Now, if it works out that you can't put it together because of his health status or because of the style they play when he's on the floor, so be it. But if I have the chance to have Joel Embiid play for my basketball team in a playoff game, you take that chance 100 times out of 100.
Yeah, I mean, that's how I look at it. Now, Kieran on our YouTube chat, shout out to our YouTube chat early on this morning, buzzing, says nobody has that mindset, Shunas. I'm guessing he means that nobody has the mindset of not wanting to play Embiid.
I think that's absolutely crazy, as I can find it on my timeline.
Yeah, Kieran, I don't know what your timeline is.
Or people that
in
you
the Queen's
surround
country,
yourself with.
I don't know, but like over here, trust me, there's a lot of people. Just on the golf course yesterday, I played with 3 other people, and they said, "Man, they look better without Embiid." All right,
how about this?
That was 5 minutes after I got off the air. They look better without Embiid.
How about this? They're not a better team. They are not a better talented team without Embiid. They're more fun to watch without him.
Sure, I get.
It's a more fun style to watch. It's sort of like watching Cleveland play last night. And I thought about you when Cleveland acquired James Harden. Andrew turned to me that morning and goes, "I hope the Sixers match up with Cleveland because I think it's going to screw up what Cleveland does." Yeah. And I watched a little of that last night, and I said, "You're absolutely right."
It has nothing to do with the Harden Game 7 stuff.
But I'm watching
the way
Cleveland.
Harden plays, it slows them down.
He slows down their game. Watching the Sixers play without Embiid is more, they play a more entertaining style. They play a style that I think is more today's NBA.
Sure.
And so to me, I can understand where somebody would say it.
Although today's NBA
doesn't make them a better team.
Today's NBA still slows down half court. Look, I mean, New York
sometimes, but
the Knicks are a half court team.
The Knicks are to me,
and they're up 2-0 in the series, and are now the odds-on favorite in the Eastern Conference to get to the NBA Finals. So that half court basketball still exists, especially with the team that you're facing.
It does, but they're doing it without a Joel Embiid, right?
Well, Cat.
The Cat is not a center, right?
Yeah, was stretch 4, stretch 5.
Cat is not a center. Yeah. They're doing it with that,
but they do it at the top of the key, just like Embiid does.
I got you. But I just look at it as there's a lot of reason to me to say, hey, look, as long as I'm proud of the Sixers too. I'm proud of the Sixers what they did against Boston. I don't believe this series is close to over. I don't believe it's close.
John, I don't either. And I have like a weird, warm, fuzzy feeling about tonight.
I don't believe it's close to over. I believe Embiid's going to play tonight also. And maybe I'll be wrong on that one. But I believe he'll play. But I also...
And if they win, it's 2-1, and you have game 4 at home.
But I also know I do not want 2027 spring to be like this. I want 2027 spring to be a turn-the-page Sixers.
Yeah.
With a different approach.
And
I can't do this. I can't do this again.
Like I said yesterday, shy of them winning this series, even if they end up forcing a game 7, they lose, I can point to games 1 and 2 being the reason why you had a game 7.
If you're in a game 7, it's because Embiid wasn't able to play and wasn't at his best, and you can't do that again. You can't you're wasting Maxi's, like, really, really some prime years because he can't have somebody to play with.
So, do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? 610-632-0975. Davis on a text line. You can leave a voice memo to really express yourself if you want. You can call in the old-fashioned way. We'll have a poll up on this because I'm curious percentage-wise. Like, is it a vocal minority? Is it closer to 50-50? Yeah, the Sixers played a better game in game 2 without Joel Embiid. I wonder how many people go, look, I'd rather do that. 610-632-0975. We get your immediate reaction on this coming up next. All right, we'll put the poll up during the break, and we'll get some of your text messages right away. Also, there are other injury updates in this series. The Knicks have some key cogs banged up. Doesn't mean that they're out, but banged up. The Sixers can still make this a series. We'll get into that coming up next. It is Kincaid and Saltunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Saltunis, 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
We want your immediate reaction. Our question for you today when it comes to the Sixers leading into Game 3 tonight here on The Fanatic. Do you want Joel Embiid to play? And I'm curious, John.
You got to explain this one better. I wish that the poll question had more of a explanation on it because people are going to. We are not the clickbait show. People are going to look at that and they're going to go clickbait. Well, clickbait question. The way
but
you
there's
phrased
so many different angles to answer it.
Well, the thing is the way you phrased it was very well thought out and everything.
Someone's just going to well thought out person.
I think you are. When someone's going to read that and they're going to go clickbait. They're going because it didn't have any more than just that question on it. It's the way you phrased it and the way you explained it. It makes it a lot more understandable.
All right. So again, do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? Do you want him to play? Yes or no? I say yes because the Sixers are better with Joel Embiid. They're 3-1 in the playoffs with him, and they're 1-3 without him. I look at it very simply that way. Or no, they're 3-2 with him. Excuse me. But there's the hey, what Embiid am I getting? If I'm not getting that great of an Embiid because of his health, then maybe it would be better for them just to not play him, and you hope that you steal Game 3, and then he comes back for Game 4. Or there's no, they're better without Joel Embiid. I want Joel Embiid to sit. And immediately on our YouTube chat, Johnny, I said I wanted immediate reaction. Stank you up. Thanks, Stank, for checking in. Embiid is a useless player because you can't count on him. I would literally take anyone else. I think that's a bit too far, but hey, if that's your feeling, that's your feeling.
I think it's a bridge too far on that one, Stanky, but I can understand the frustration boiling over.
Yes.
Does anyone else include Adem Bona? Because if so, I'll pass.
Yeah, but Adem Bona's
I hope you don't mean Adem Bona as anybody else, because Adem Bona stinks. He's just not.
Adem Bona's terrible.
He's not good at basketball.
And better than his game. Paul Reed was better, and that's horrible.
Yeah, that's
horrible to say, but Paul Reed was better.
That is saying something.
Yeah, but Paul Reed was better.
Yeah. All right. What's the poll? Let's do the immediate poll. Brought to us by our man, Dr. Avidan Appel, Iron Mountain Men's Health. We love Dr. Avidan Appel. He keeps our polls strong 4 hours every single morning, and then we'll get some calls and some texts. Do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? Yes or no?
Yeah, simple question, and 85% of our early responders are saying yes.
All
Only
right.
15% saying no, but it's very early. We've seen these polls shift before.
Look, I hope it stays there because I think that's the smart answer. Like, I do. I think the smart answer is to say the team is better with Joel Embiid, and I'm not even doing the whole I want to see it because this could be it. Like, I'm not even thinking about that stuff. I look at it specifically, it's a playoff series. And you're down 2-0, and I think the Sixers are still very much in this series. Man, do they have a huge uphill battle at this point, being down 2-0? Absolutely. But they're still in this series. And, oh, by the way, OG Anunoby is listed as day-to-day questionable going into tonight's game with the hamstring.
With, I believe, a great chance for the Knicks to say, rest him tonight, play him Sunday.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
If it's not worse. It could be worse. Like their situation may be worse off than that.
And he has been their best player alongside Jalen Brunson throughout the playoffs, even in the Atlanta Hawks series and so far in this series. He's a matchup nightmare because he could do so much. He can shoot the three ball pretty well, but he's such a physical player. He could score from the mid-range. He could attack, and he's a tremendous defensive player. I mean, he's a really, really good defensive player. It's why the Knicks gave up so much to acquire him. OG Anunoby, if he misses tonight's game, and then who knows, even if he plays, if he just loses a step. Josh Hart has the thumb injury on his left hand. What if he's just not his same aggressive self-grabbing rebounds? If that's the case, the Sixers could very much win tonight. Vegas has the Sixers as 1.5-point favorites. If the Sixers win tonight, it's 2-1 with Game 4 in Philadelphia.
Yeah, I'm not in any way. I'm working tomorrow morning, and I'm of the belief that I think I'm going to be talking about a Sixers victory. Really do. I think it's going to be a Sixers win that we're talking about. So let's get to it tonight.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's because of injuries to the Knicks. I think the Sixers are going to find a way to win tonight, and then we'll be talking about a different series.
Damn right. Let's go to Tim and Ambler. Tim wants to chime in on this. What's up, Tim?
Of course, I think Embiid should play. Well, first off, good morning to you guys.
Good morning,
What's
Tim.
up, buddy?
Not much. Yeah, I think Embiid should play, and I understand what you guys are saying. Like, the Sixers look more fun because of the tempo, but we don't have the size to match up with the Knicks.
Right.
Like, the tempo showed us, like, we're still a little bit short. So I'd rather have a 100% Joel Embiid 60% of the time than a 60% Joel Embiid 100% of the time. And if we have him at 85%, he's better than almost every other center in the league besides Joker, maybe Cat, depending on the day.
What did you just say when you just said that? If we you said if we have him at, but we don't have him. Any year in the postseason, we don't have him. He's
That's
never
true, but it also depends on the matchup too.
But he's never here. He's never available at full strength. He's never his
But
best.
I think he's talking about this game in this series. I don't know what Tim's thinking moving forward.
I get you, but it's all part of this equation is in people's thinking when they're answering that question. I
understand.
Better?
Yeah, I think it is better because let's say if we match up against like the Pistons or the Cavs, we'd feel better about Joel not playing because it's a better matchup for the team.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, look, I think they need him in the series. Thanks for the call, Tim. Like I think Karl Anthony Towns and Joel Embiid that's a matchup, right? And Joel Embiid, he talks about the size. I know there are people that think Joel Embiid's not a rim protector anymore. His presence alone is better than a Dembona picking up 4 fouls in 5 minutes, and Andre Drummond's more so just a rebounding machine at this point. He's
Okay, do you believe, or are you of the belief that his defense has clearly slipped?
Over the years, absolutely.
No, like this year, I see a clear difference.
I still saw that great block in Game 7 against Boston.
I mean, there are absolutely opportunities that I can point to where I go, okay, there's glimpses of the old Embiid. He's not the same player. And to me, that's part of it. There's been a distinct decline in what he is as a defense.
I also don't know how much he can move with the now hip and ankle.
Well, that's what I'm saying is
right.
he's not the defensive force that we just assume he's going to be. He's a lot better than the options, though.
Well, that's what I'm right, and like
I should point out
that's what I keep getting to. Like, I get it. They looked more fun and they looked better in Game 2, but there is a distinct difference between Joel Embiid and the backup options.
Did you watch any of Lakers Oklahoma City last night?
Oh, you mean Jared McCain scoring 18 points?
Well, no, don't even get me started on that. Don't even get me started on that nonsense.
Oh, he's not even that good of a player.
Yeah, Jared McCain, who after the game, even LeBron saying, "Boy, that McCain
Just saying, it would have been nice.
He's a weapon.
It would have been nice to have had him in game 2.
Yeah, wouldn't have been nice.
For all
they
the people that
him.
are excusing Tyrese Maxey for playing way too many minutes.
And you
could have had that guy.
And everybody on the dais last night in Oklahoma City talking about Jared McCain being a guy who every championship team needs a guy like Jared McCain.
But go on. What was your original point? I'm sorry.
I'm even forgetting. Is that could you see the Sixers in any way competing with a team like that?
What, Oklahoma City? No. I don't think any team really does.
And I think that they actually, the style of play can't match if you're talking about the Joel Embiid style of play doesn't match.
Yeah, but
going up against them.
If I get there, I'm thrilled.
Oh, no. We all would. No, I'm not saying that to you. We all would be thrilled if they got there.
I would sign up for a Thunder 4-0 series sweep over the Sixers.
No, we would be. We would
in
be.
Blood.
We would be thrilled with an Eastern Conference championship. But it's the idea that they can't, with Embiid. Embiid would not help. He's not stopping anything with what the Thunder are doing. He doesn't. And do the Sixers look?
Chet would run circles around.
Do the Sixers look more like the Thunder? Do the Sixers look more like the Thunder or potentially a team that could compete with them? The style of play that they play with or without Embiid?
I think they'd lose in 4 regardless.
No, no. Looking towards your future is what I'm saying, because I think a lot of people are going to answer today's question.
You're going to need a more athletic big.
Yeah, you're going to need to look. Point. You're going to need to look different than the team you've had built around Embiid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's time to this page. This page has to be turned. This page absolutely has to be turned.
Who's calling you?
I have no idea what that was. Oh, it was my alarm went off.
Why?
I don't know why.
You would have missed the start of the show.
Why did you set an alarm for 6:40 in the morning?
I have no idea why I set an alarm for 6:40. See, I said to you this morning, I sent him a message and I said I was a little checking to see if I was awake. I have no idea why I set an alarm for 6:40.
Did you mean to set a 6:40 p.m.er for
no
Phillies?
No.
And he accidentally
certainly wouldn't want to do that after last night.
No.
We'll
get into that one.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Plenty of time for that bad news.
What do we have on the text line? Davis on the text line. Feel the Davis difference by check him out in Burlington.
We'll let Rob in Prospect Park lead us off on the Joel Embiid conversation. He says, not only do I not want Joel Embiid to play tonight, I don't want Joel Embiid in my city anymore.
Oh,
we already wasted the first 5 years of Maxey's career. Are we just going to waste the first 5 years of VJ's as well? Joel Embiid is the greatest waste of talent Philadelphia has ever seen.
All right, that's crazy. That's filled with hatred.
That's a little venomous.
Yeah, he won't be here 5 years from now, so don't worry about Eshko's first 5 years.
Well, but
I can't say that they wasted the first 5 years of Maxey. Look, Maxey had his chance, man. Maxey had his moment to shine in Game 2, and he did not in the second half.
He did not. Maxey has had plenty of times where he has shined, but I would say that's rough. That's just rough. But I can't do it again.
No, I hear you.
Prospect Park, speaking for Lower Delco, I absolutely can't do it again. So I am completely with you if next October they're trying to sell you on, well, one more time, one more run at it. Joel's going to be healthy this time around. If they try selling you that again, then I'm completely with you. But for this series, come on now. The best chance for this Sixers team to win is Joel come back and contribute.
But, see, Kieran says there's nobody out there.
Well, no, they're out there, and it's a large portion.
That guy wants nothing to do with Embiid in this city.
How about 3 of the 5 people who's responded to me would disagree with Kieran's point of view?
About that. So, do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? It's a simple question, but it's a complex answer.
It's complex.
610-632-0975. Now, coming up next, Johnny, not even Magic Mattingly can save one Phillies player, at least for now. Another outing for someone that the organization put a lot of faith in. It's Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5, The Fanatic.
Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5, The Fanatic, and 97.5thefanatic.com. 97.5 The Fanatic and 97.5thefanatic.com.
It's 6:47 here on Kincaid and Salchunas, 97.5 The Fanatic. We'll continue this Joel Embiid discussion. Do you want Joel Embiid to play tonight? 610-632-0975. Connor saying the text line is being flooded right now with a one specific answer. So we'll get to more of those text messages coming up in a little bit. Flyers lose last night 4-1. Just kind of fell apart in that third period. It got ugly.
Yeah, they came completely unglued.
They're now down 3-0 in the series.
And the running around and the bad penalties. And
it
was just they came on. They They've played so poised for the most part. Man,
they look like a flustered group that realize where this series is headed.
I love what Trevor Zegras has brought to this team, but Trevor Zegras really needs to be a much more disciplined player. And that's something he's got to be. He's got to be a more mature player. He's got to be a more disciplined player than he's shown this year. He's got to be more. They got to expect more out of him. And he takes too many undisciplined penalties at bad times. And but he can come up with big goals and he can do a lot of good things. But there's a lot of things this team has to learn, and this playoff run has helped a lot.
Well, part of this playoff run
helped a lot.
Was the learning period.
It's great.
So we'll see how things go moving forward for the Flyers. Game 4 tomorrow. Series not over yet. We've seen it happen before with this team.
That's awesome.
This organization. Phillies. Johnny, Phillies lost yesterday. Magic Mattingly, are you now worried about the magic of the Phillies?
No, because unfortunately, every once in a while, when you reach into the thing, you don't pull out a rabbit.
12-1, the final yesterday. The A's beat down the Phillies. Well, really, they beat down Andrew Painter.
Yeah, they didn't. The Phillies didn't lose that game.
Andrew Painter, 3 2/3 innings yesterday, 7 hits, 8 earned runs, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. The Athletics, they had their way with.
Yeah, it was batting practice, yesterday. And it's exactly what I said all winter long. As everybody was telling me, well, you got Andrew Painter, and I'm like, what do you? Andrew Painter couldn't get beanbags out last year in AAA. And everybody was like, well, look, he's going to be fine. He's just coming off Tommy John. He's going to be fine. He's okay. He'll be great. It's the first year of Tommy. Yeah, nobody had any reason to believe that until he proves it to you. And his ERA is what now? 6.5?
6.89 on.
It's terrible. He is not ready for prime time right now. He's not ready. And the thing is, it doesn't mean he's not going to be ready.
Right.
It doesn't mean he's going to be a bust. But right now, he wasn't ready. And going into this season, counting on him and people thinking he was an absolute, as part of one of the 5, he's absolutely, he's one of the answers.
The big thing
was ridiculous.
The organization decided we're not going to pay Ranger Suarez because we have Andrew Painter. We also have,
and that was their decision.
They have Jesus Luzardo, who they were. I imagine they were planning on locking him up regardless. So that's why they said, all right, we are open and okay with moving on from Ranger Suarez. But you were going into a season asking for Andrew Painter to do a lot. Now, a lot in his rookie year was like, hey, give me 5 solid innings every night. Like, I'm not asking Andrew Painter to be 8 strong, 1 earned run every single outing. Give me 5 innings, and this bullpen, again, going into this season, very high on the bullpen, give this team a chance to win every single night. And unfortunately, half of his starts have not even put you in a position to win. His first start, 5 1/3, 1 earned run against Nationals, great. 4 innings, 4 runs against Giants, not so great. 5 innings, 1 earned run against Diamondbacks, great. Give me the 5 solid innings. 4 innings, 3 earned runs against the Braves. 5 2/3, 5 earned runs against the Braves. 5 innings, 3 earned runs against the Marlins. You'll take it. Yesterday, 3 2/3, 8 earned runs. It was by far his worst start, but he's just been so inconsistent.
If he can't locate his fastball, then honestly, at the major league level, if he can't even do that, which he cannot do right now.
Yeah, and that'll hurt the best. That hurts the best of pitchers. 3
of the last 4 starts, he cannot do that.
Yeah,
that's a real problem, and it shows that the belief in Andrew Painter that he was ready to be an answer in 2026 was a mistake. That was a mistake, and they did it out of we don't want to pay Ranger Suarez. And that's bottom line.
Look, I'm sure they were high on Andrew Painter regardless of the
They're high on Andrew Painter as far as his long-term potential. They're high on him, and they should be. Like, there's a lot to like. But there's now he's giving them reason to – he has to prove that there's reason to have long-term, belief in him. Now he's got to answer some of the questions. Now he's got to answer some of those issues.
Yeah, but he was always going to get called up. You couldn't just leave him in the minors. It was time for him to start throwing.
He was supposed to get called up 2 years ago, and then unfortunately an injury happened.
He did not have to start the year here.
I mean, it was about time.
Well, it's about time, but it's not. It's about time if you throw out the fact that he had Tommy John and he wasn't ready, and last year was horrendous. It was horrendous. And he can't get out guys. He can't get out AAA lineups in the major leagues. He can't get out. He can't get out marginal hitters in the major leagues.
I would say I'm still taking his starts over Taijuan Walker's.
Totally.
Taijuan Walker did not have a 7 ERA with the Phillies.
What? He had like an 8.
Come on now. He had times. Taijuan Walker was your
saying this year. This year, his ERA was 9.13.
I understand this year.
He literally could knock that guy
Taijuan Walker gave you a better chance to win in starts. The last 2 years, he gave you a better chance than what you're getting right now.
2024, he had the 7.10 ERA.
In 2024,
it was just last year.
Yeah,
last year he had one good year.
Come on, it's bad. It's bad.
Yeah, the guy's made 6 major league starts.
Correct, but I'm not giving up on him. But the people who were telling you, and Connor, you're one of them. Oh, it's okay. He'll be fine. He'll be fine is what you always said to me.
Absolutely.
He'll be fine. Yeah. He's not fine. He's not fine.
It's 6 major league starts.
I understand, but he's not fine. At no point
did I sell Andrew Painter as Ranger Suarez.
No, you didn't. And I didn't say you did.
Right, I'm just saying.
But you said he'll be fine.
What did you expect from him?
I didn't expect a 7 ERA, and nobody did in the organization either.
Right, but it's 6 starts. There's going to be growing pains. Jesus Luzardo had a 7 ERA like a week and a half ago.
And Jesus Luzardo has shown me that over and over, which is one of the reasons I wouldn't have paid. I would have paid Ranger Suarez ahead of paying of Jesus Luzardo, and I was on the record with that. I would have done that because I've got one guy with a better.
You could have had during your pillow talk with Don.
He never. No, he's refused.
You could have.
No, he's refused.
You could have had these conversations.
No, he's refused. He's absolutely refused. It doesn't seem like it's requited love.
Rough outing for Andrew Painter yesterday. Phillies win another series, though, and they begin another series tonight. So hopefully they continue to surge back to 500. They are 4 games under now after yesterday's loss, 17 and 21.
And again, they're ahead of schedule where they were in 2022 and 2023.
Phillies World Series, here we come.
There you go.
They just wanted to redo the book, right? Let's fire the manager and get red hot. Let's start off slow. It's worked before.
Tried to throw the games so the Flyers would win. Only one Philly team can win it once, or none of them.
Philly's fault. It's amazing. All right, coming up next, more Flyers reaction, a preview of Game 3 for the Sixers. But since it's Friday, we won't have a chance to talk about this until after the fact. John Kincaid has a request for the Flyers fans attending Game 4. And all I will say to that is, good luck. It's Kincaid and Saltunis, 97.5 The Fanatic.